Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I got the files. I believe I got enough deleted. I had big documents I had downloaded. I had mentioned this prior yesterday. I was pretty amped up. The dogs are amped up. I don't know if there's been a misinterpretation about my coloring book thing. Many of us are Jesus's warriors, but obviously, yes, the battle is God's. And how God wants things to turn out, He'll have it turn out. What are we doing? Well, I haven't done a cooking minute in a second, so I'm gonna show. This is the lighting's horrible. You know, we discuss the horrible camera every day. So this is the freeze-dried peas. I mixed in some chopped tomatoes. Some of this is a frozen vegetable that I sorted through. So there was some carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. And then also some freeze-dried broccoli. And the freeze-dried chicken is in this with a long shelf life rice. You just add the water and let it sit. So because those supplies were bought about 4 years ago, even though the shelf life is, quadruple that, you have to start cycling through or you lose your food. And because we moved and there would be temperature shifts, because the other basement where we were before was much cooler, and I can't store in this basement much. I'll just say much. Other supplies, but not edible, not food. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this, and this is the last part of this. This cabbage was actually quite tasty. I'll be honest, I never cook with cabbage much. It's not that I hate it. I honestly, I really like it like this. I never did this before. I did try the type of a pigs in the blanket. They turned out a little different. This may not be the right cabbage for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these I'm going to simmer them a little bit just to kind of soften up the cabbage. Then I'm going to put them together in like a casserole. I'm thinking my pie one will work. I think this one will work. I'll kind of just place them in there together, smush together. Okay. I need to remember a lot of people, I guess, the young ones had forgotten how to cook, or they weren't taught. Because guess what? Their single father was having to work. And they were probably just popping, pizza rolls or whatever in the microwave or however. Cooking is an extremely vital skill, especially when, it's more economical, less sodium. So this probably will or will not work. It'll be after I bend them up and kind of scrunch them. They'll be more like this. Make little. Look at my hands on here. We're going to scoop this in there after I get these tenderized a bit. This is a rest of this one chicken. These are not labeled at the one market. I think it is a local type of thing, just not severely broadcasted because of our wonderful government, what they're doing to all of us and our food. So I probably had my hand over the speaker again. And this isn't like the shakes. For some reason I can video John and I don't move the camera, but if I'm talking and trying to multitask, it's impossible for me. So I'm going to use the rest of this. I'm probably going to make some little chicken sandwiches. And right now I'm simmering over here just some of the more tougher side of the cabbage. And I'm going to throw some baked beans in with this. And that'll be for the day. And then for his lunch at work. And then whatever we have left for dinner. So that's been more of my routine since we've moved here. Is I try to do what's going to be prepared for the day unless there is leftovers. This is the leftovers. So now I'm going to combine and make it into whatever is going on here. And that's all I wanted to share today. So when you think maybe you don't have enough in the house or whatever, and you're low on stuff, and you got a couple remnants of this with the rice, sometimes we just need to be able to remind one another, hey, maybe we could do this. This is the parsley. I don't know much about this company. I highly doubt it's... I mean, I'm sure it's not the worst of the worst. And I got a little bit of elephant broccoli left. Excuse me. Garlic. And then this is Fred, the ginger. But I'm going to have to get cutting into that. And I think I'm going to add some of that to the beans and the leftover cabbage with some garlic. And then we've been using a lot of parsley. Parsley is good for many things, even in the dried state. But like with anything, obviously when it's fresh is the best, because you lose some of the nutrients. With the drying process, there's still stuff retained. I'm not supposed to talk about health stuff. I'm just a person that eats food, and I know a couple things. That doesn't mean I'm a doctor. I'm telling you what to eat or how to eat or who to be. You come to my station because maybe it shocks you at first, but the idea is that you get closer to God, the God of your understanding at this point in time. I know the God of my understanding, and I do encourage people to go to Jesus Christ. I am not going to try to explain or justify some of my videos. If you see a group of people trying to run back in a house that's on fire because they want to get some stupid things that are pointless, you wouldn't want them. You would be going a little bit wild, screaming, saying, don't go back in there. The house is going to collapse. Do not go back in there for useless items. Granted, if there's another living soul or a being, someone would have to maybe try to run in and save someone, but you wouldn't let everyone run in. Some of us just simply didn't get the pill to be hazed out. I want to say it's fully God. I believe it is. The ones in the church that are under the haze, that is highly alarming, because it's the same group that was probably listing a bunch of us that knew exactly what was on the horizon. We may have not known the exact, like, how they were going to roll it out. Some of us had pretty strong instincts with that, with God. And we were ousted, we were shunned, we were labeled. Some of us, we had people that were supposed to love us put us on lists. And that's a shame, because, see, it is. It's just a shame. So I just want to say I love you. I haven't done a cooking video in a while. And I just wanted to show you what I'm doing with some leftovers. And that's about it. Have a good one. Bye.